has the accuracy, and it is good. Jake Bates. Throwing right side, and it's going to be intercepted. Return past the 15, past the 20, out past the 30. Has space down the sideline. 40, 35, 30. 6 for Houston. Snap good, hold good, kick up. And it is straight down the middle. Looking to throw, rolls out right. Throws end zone. Touchdown San Antonio. Cody Latimer alone in the end zone. They take a 1-point lead with 3 seconds left. 52-yarder, left hash for the win. Snap good, hold good, kick up, and it's drilled. Miami escapes week 1 with the win. Jason Sanders is looking to throw. Pass right side, wide open. Touchdown Drake London. Touchdown Drake London. Atlanta has tied this game and are an extra point away from taking the lead. Needing the 12-yard line. Handoff, Robinson left side. And we stuffed a loss of 4, maybe 5 on the play. And with 50 seconds to go, the Chiefs have the ball. And most likely that does it. Ball on the 17.5-yard line. Looking to throw. Stepping up, throwing for the end zone. And caught. Touchdown Green Bay. Dontavian Wicks. 56 seconds to play. The Packers are within 3. 6:17 to play in overtime. Shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Bunched up. Tua to throw. Pass time. Plenty of time. Pass. End zone left side. Jonnu Smith. Touchdown Miami. They're gonna win. Let's go, baby. Here, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Gonna send Smith in motion. Toss left side for Saquon Barkley. Good blocking and room to run. Pass midfield. Spinning his way. Pass to 35 to 30. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and the Eagles on instantly. Saquon Barkley. Oh my. Making his presence felt. 1 play, 60 yards. 3rd and 9 from the 35. Mahomes looking to throw. Quick pass left side. Caught by Piron. Has room to run. First down and more. Down to about the 17. And he stays in bounds. That will do it. The City Chiefs have escaped the Bills and have punched their ticket. Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome. Week 2 continues of the UFL season with the Memphis Showboats making the trip over to DC to play the Defenders in a game that is going to be interesting, to say the least. I really have no expectations for this game like I had last night between the Stallions and Panthers. We're going to just go in and see how this plays out. The only real expectation I have is I'm hoping that the DC crowd shows up a little bit better than it did last week. But for the most part, again, this is a pretty much no expectation. Let's just see how it goes kind of game. So I'm excited. Yep, we are a few minutes away from kickoff here. Yeah, this should be a pretty solid game. Okay, we'll see. DC had a very, very nice win last week against Birmingham. This is their home opener, a Saturday night in DC. Should be interesting. Memphis played a solid game against Michigan last week, but wasn't really anything really to write home about in that one. Okay, we'll see. We shall see. Oh my, that's not a good crowd in DC tonight. DC normally gets a pretty solid crowd size, and that was not it from that brief look. We'll see. As EJ Perry still is going to be getting the start for Memphis. Jordan Ta'amu is starting for DC. This should be a fun one. Make sure I'm not missing anyone on the inactive list. But yeah, DC's defense was the story of week 1. An 8-sack performance for DC. Let's see if they can play it to a similar level tonight. Let's see. Yeah, the main addition Memphis has from last week to this week is their head coach is back, as they had their coach step down before week 1. Ken Weisenhurst is back this week. So that's interesting. Shannon Harris is still the interim over in DC. And and after 1 week, he has made a firm stake to be the next head coach. So we'll see. We shall see. As we're still waiting for kickoff. We shall see. Imagine Memphis probably wants to get the ball first in this, but we'll see. I'm not expecting much out of Memphis tonight. That DC defense, I'm expecting to showcase once again. We'll see. As Memphis will be getting the ball first in this one. As kickoff is any minute now at this point. The teams are lined up. We're just waiting for it to actually happen. We shall see. Interviewing Greg Williams right now, the DC of DC. As we'll wait for DC to send this one down. All right, Matt McCrane ready to send this one down. Kickoff underway as week 2 has started. This is going to be bouncing out of bounds. Not a great way to start this one for DC. Kick bounces out of bounds. So Memphis will begin with some really good starting field position. And EJ Perry takes the field. Had a decent showing last week. Looking for a better one this week. First play of the game. Perry and shotgun back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Ball on the 40 as Perry is going to hand this off up the middle. And that is a 2-yard carry for Deneric Prince. All right. And yeah, highlighting DeAndre Baker had a pick last week, a former first-round pick for the Giants a few years ago. Looking to make a presence felt tonight as well. Perry under center, back behind him. To receive an option to each side. Pressure coming off the left edge. Going to roll to his left and pass it in the flat. And that's going to be a gain of about 3-ish. That's Kwame Lassiter on the reception. It's a 3rd and 5 coming up. A good play action boot to counter the corner blitz off the left side by Memphis. As now makes it a more manageable 3rd down. All right, Perry in shotgun. They're incomplete. A lot of contact. They wanted a flag. None is thrown. Looking for Jonathan Adams. That's DeAndre Baker in coverage. And yeah, Perry wants that flag thrown. And there's an argument there for it. That might be. It's both great coverage and should have been a flag. We'll see. First drive of the game. We have a challenge. Memphis is challenging this. Yeah, I do think most likely we see Seattle back next year for expansion, and most likely we get either Canton or Columbus. Those just make the most sense for this. Although I would prefer San Diego / the Bay Area, Oakland, Sacramento, San Francisco for a team out west, but that'll probably come in time. All right, so the Memphis is going to win the challenge. It is going to be DPI on DeAndre Baker. So they keep the drive alive. They win the challenge. They call DPI. They get their challenge back. The ball now on the +41. Perry and shotgun back to his left. Gonna play action. Quick throw over the middle. That's caught. Room to run. That's Kwame Lassiter down inside the 30 to the 28. Nice simple RPO. Get the ball out quick. Yeah, wide open over the middle. All right, so Perry under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. And going to hand this off left side. That's the Derek Prince, and going to go nowhere on that. Right back to the line of scrimmage before being brought down. There is a penalty down as well. Where are they going to rule here? Illegal formation on Memphis. Going to push them back 5. All right, 1st and 15. Perry and shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. And going to hand this off up the middle for Prince. He's going to get those 5 yards right back from the illegal formation, but there is another penalty down. So after a 5-6 yard carry from the Derek Prince, we have another penalty flag down. And it's offsides on DC. Going to call on DeAndre Baker. So just going to accept it and make it a 1st and 10. All right, so an illegal formation on the first on 1st and 10. On 1st and 15 and offsides, we're right back to 1st and 10. All right, so Perry in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Making some adjustments at the line. Under 10 seconds to play on the play clock. Perry looking to throw. Quick pass right side. That's going to be incomplete. Tried to get the screen going, and Eli Stove couldn't hang on. So the 1st and 10 play falls incomplete. Yeah, just too high. Would have been a solid play, though. All right, waiting for this 2nd and 10 play. Perry and shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. They get the snap off in time as Perry. Quick throw over the middle. That's caught by an open receiver inside the 20 and finally brought down to about the 16. D. Anderson on the reception. Very simple. Just that's a quick slant there over the middle. Yeah, I mean DC is letting a lot go underneath. You're letting the stuff go underneath and just gaining tackle. It's kind of working. But at the same time, Memphis has now entered the red zone for the first time today. Perry and shotgun back to his left. And a high snap is going to be... He's going to catch... A high snap, recovered, and he's going to hand this off up the middle for a massive loss of yards. Jacob Cabody on the carry there. And yeah, Perry, good job just saving that. But that's a loss of about 5. And that was Derek Roberson, who had a great game last week, already making some great plays this week. So Perry and shotgun back to his right. Pressure coming for DC. Gets picked up. Pass right side is intercepted. And being returned past the 20, 25, and down to the 29. Keandre Thomas picking off the underthrown corner route. And DC's defense on the first drive of the game continues to make plays. The blitz gets picked up well. It's just underthrown. Left inside by Perry. He had Kwame Lassiter, but that's more so towards the sideline. Instead, it's directly in the hands of Keandre Thomas. And DC's defense makes the play needed. It was a great drive being built from Memphis to begin this game. Unfortunate. And Perry's being chucked up on the sideline as well. His ribs. Are we into a commercial break here? Heading to a commercial break. We're going to see Jordan Teamu in this DC offense when we get back from this break. And they had a pretty interesting week 1. On paper, didn't really have the greatest of games. They stalled out in plus territory quite a bit in week 1. But they still played well enough to get the win. Jordan Teamu still threw for over 200 yards. Really need to see more from this ground game tonight from DC. But I do, in general, like what DC's offense can provide. So we'll see. We will see. We're at a commercial break here. Just gotta be able to finish the drives, eat with some kind of points. There, you get inside the red zone, you can make a mistake like that. Like the blitz got picked up as well, so it's not like he really had to really rush that throw. Yeah, there was still some pressure up front, but definitely not enough to really make it so he threw it off a back foot or didn't have the chance to step into it. EJ Perry did. Just didn't put enough into it and kept it too far inside. As we're still at commercial break. Still at commercial break. All right, just now getting back from commercial break. DC has the ball after a great interception by Keandre Thomas. See, I never would have thought we would get a sorry receiver interview quote during the game. EJ Perry's dealing with an ab strain right now, so something to keep an eye on. Troy Williams is the backup, and yeah, he's massaging that left side there. All right, so ball on about the 30. Jordan Teamu under center. First play for this DC offense is a handoff right side for Abram Smith. They're gonna break some tackles and pick up 8. Would like to see a big game from Abram Smith tonight, in some capacity. It doesn't have to be like 100 yards rushing or whatever, but if he can have a solid game, that'll go a long way for this DC team. Teamu and shotgun back to his right. Going to give it to Smith once again up the middle. That's going to be enough for a first down with a gain of about 3. All right, just under 9.5 to play. So Teamu under center, back behind him. First and 10 from the 42, going to hand this off once again to Abram Smith. And this time it goes nowhere. Right back at the line of scrimmage, a 2nd and 10 coming up. All right, so Teamu and shotgun going to toss this left side for Abram Smith. Still keeping it on the ground. He's going to be able to bounce this left side and going to pick up about 5-ish. All right, so a 3rd and 6. Teamu and shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the right as well. Play action pass right side. Going to be incomplete. Do it in between Chris Rowland and Ty Scott. Both were open on quick out routes. Not great. That's definitely confused Teamu, I think. That was not great based in on that route concept. As it's 4th and 6, DC is going to send this one down. So Memphis's defense does their job after the turnover and keeps this a tied game. All right, the DC punt comes off clean, but nearly blocked. And it's going to be returned beginning from about the 12. Past the 20 and down to about the 25. Tripped up by the ankles. A solid return nonetheless by Isaiah Henney. And EJ Perry is still in the game. He's dealing with an ab strain right now. So he's still in the game nonetheless. Under center, back behind him. A 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. 2 receiving options to each side. Is going to hand this off up the middle. And that's going to be no gain, maybe half a yard for Jacob Kabodi. But not much going there. All right, 2nd and 9 for Memphis. Yeah, Perry. Don't know how much longer he's going to stay in this game. Definitely seems like he's dealing with pain. He's in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Going to give it to now. Going to get. Oh my. Perry gets tabletopped and sacked. Nearly gets badly sandwiched. Instead, gets flipped over there from on top of another DC defender. As his offsides on DC's the penalty. It'll be a 2nd and 4. But still, EJ Perry got lit up there. Some kind of RPO, I think. Perry should have just given it to Kambodi. As both Mint and Bryce Thompson, they both get home and sandwiched Perry. 6.5 to play in the first. 2nd and 4. Perry going to hand off to Kambodi left side. He's going to fight his way and gets to the 35-yard line. Should be a 1st down there. All right, gonna be. Are you gonna say 3rd and inches here? And yeah, 3rd and inches, and Memphis is gonna call timeouts that we're not gonna get the snap off in time. So they call their first timeout of the half, right before a 3rd and inches. I don't know, like, former NFL coaches that well outside of Miami. He just said on the broadcast that Ken Wisenhunt was the head coach for that 09 Cardinals team. Was he really? As we're heading to a commercial break due to the timeout called. Was he really? Yeah, he was. Wow, did not realize that. He was also the offensive coordinator when the Steelers won the Super Bowl in, yeah, it would have been in 05, 06. One of his. Damn. All right, again, we're at commercial break. At a commercial break. It's a big 3rd down coming up for Memphis. It's a big 3rd down coming up. It's going to be a 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1. Looking to keep this drive alive. And West been a pretty okay drive. I mean, the big thing is you want to have against the DC team. Is yeah, we're still at commercial break. Yeah, I mean, it's still early in this one, so it's hard to tell. But it's been solid. Again, it's more of a defensive focused game. Not too surprised they're from DC so far. And hell, again, even Memphis last week played a really good defensive game. All right, just coming back from commercial break. EJ Perry was just interviewed before giving the play call in the huddle, saying the deep shot's coming. They're not going to take a deep shot, though. Perry under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. And he's going to hand this off up the middle, and that's Jason Cabote for a first down run and a gain of about a yard and a half. All right, 1st and 10 now for Memphis. Perry and shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Going to hand this off once again up the middle, and that's a gain of about a yard, maybe 2. That's Jason Cabote on the carry. Yeah, this a weird offensive showing so far. Not too much. So Perry and shotgun back to his right. We receive an option to the left side. Perry to throw. Pass deep. Left side has the man. That's going to be Kwame Lassiter. And it's going to be caught along the sideline. What a throw from EJ Perry. Place that slot fade route on the money. So 1st and 10 inside the 40. And they might take a look to see if they get the feed and bounce there. Yeah, so Dean Blandino's taking a look at this, seeing if he got both feed and bounce. Oh yeah, that right foot, you need a better... If they can get a sideline shot. That's good. That's going to be overturned. Incomplete. The right foot of Kwame Lassiter was out of bounds when he caught that ball. It's still a fantastic throw from EJ Perry. So a 3rd and 8 coming up. That was a great throw from Perry, man. You gotta get your feet in bounds. All right, 4:10 to play in the first. Perry and shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Perry looking to throw. Has some time. Launching one deep. Left side has a man, but it's underthrown. And Eli Stove still going to come down with it. And out of bounds near the 19-yard line. EJ Perry couldn't get his all into that one. Eli Stove was wide open. Oh, if he's able to step into that ball, that's a touchdown. But DeAndre Baker bit heavy on the stutter. And then he overran he overran Eli Stove. If Perry's able to get more into that one, that's a touchdown. Yeah. That's an insane play there. A great play. Oh, and Perry isn't happy as Memphis is going to call their second timeout. Oh, and right after that deep shot, you need to hurry up and just get set and run a play. That's unfortunate. Have to burn a timeout there. Unfortunate. Yeah, or having to burn 2 timeouts on this drive is not good. There's 3:18 in the first quarter, and you've already had to burn 2 timeouts. That's something that needs to be worked on. All right, so Perry and shotgun back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side, ball in about the 20. Going to hand this off to Deneric Prince, left side, finds a lane inside the 10 and down to the 8. 8, maybe the 7. It's 1st and goal for Memphis. Back-to-back incredible drives for Memphis. Can they capitalize on this one? Ball is on the 6. Perry and shotgun back to his right. 3 receiving options to the left. Perry, handoff up the middle for Prince. That's going to gain a yard up to the 5. All right. It's 2nd and goal. Perry under center, back behind him. Ball in the 5.5. Going to hand this off once again up the middle for Prince, and once again going nowhere. Stuffed at the line. 3rd and goal coming up. All right, 3rd and goal. Again, Michigan had this issue last night of just get it inside the red zone and then stalling for no reason. See if Memphis can avoid doing that here. As Perry and shotgun back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. DC stacking the box as Perry looks to throw. Pass right side and incomplete. Looking for Jonathan Adams. Couldn't hang on. That's Kelvin Joseph in coverage. And out comes the field goal unit. Yeah, that's great coverage. That's very similar to their touchdown play last week to Jonathan Adams. That's very tight coverage. As there's a Memphis player down as well after that. That's Jared Thomas, their left guard, as Matt Coughlin is preparing to give Memphis the early lead in this one. There was 1:11 to play in the first. It's a 22-yard kick. The ball is centered perfectly for Matt Coughlin to give Memphis the early 3-0 lead. It is up and good. Memphis takes the lead with 1:04 to play. Oh, and now there's a penalty as Coughlin going to be helped up afterwards. It's going to be roughing the kicker. It will still be 4th down if they accept this. As yeah, he's just running into the kicker. So because it was running into the kicker, it would still be 4th down. If it was called roughing, it would have been an automatic 1st down. So they're going to decline this penalty. They're going to decline the penalty and keep the points. It is a 3-0 lead for Memphis. 2 drives for Memphis so far in this one. And it was 2 really impressive drives for Memphis. 2 really impressive drives. I mean, both got inside the red zone. The first one was an unfortunate pick to end it. This one got points. As Memphis is going to send a somewhat decent drive. I'm really curious about the attendance in DC tonight. All right, 1:04 to play in the first. Here is the kickoff. This will be returned beginning from the 5. Chris Rowland has some room, going to break a tackle and going to get past the 25 to the 26. As Jordan Teamu takes the field for the second time today, 57 seconds left in the first. Oh, shit, I didn't realize Jordan Teamu was the quarterback at Ole Miss during DK Metcalf's time there. That's cool. Teamu and shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the right as well. Going to begin this drive with a play action pass over the middle. That's incomplete. Yeah, Jordan Teamu played for the Tampa Bay Bandits in 22. Teamu under center, going to hand this off up the middle. And that's going to be gain of 5-ish. Because I believe that's going to be Deion Jackson on the carry. All right, 3rd and 6. Final play of the quarter. Teamu and shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Teamu to throw. Pass right side and incomplete. Cornell Powell, the intended target. But Lance Boykin, an incredible defensive play to force the 3 and out. As that's the end of the first quarter. 15 minutes in the books. Mem 3. And in firm control of this game so far. Okay, like Memphis has been pretty much dominating this game, but they're only up by 3. We'll see. We head to a commercial break for the end of the quarter. Like, they're only 3, yet they've been dominant in this one. Anyway, again, we're heading to a commercial break. We're heading to a commercial break. I will quickly be right back. All right, we back. Still at commercial break for the end of the first quarter. Memphis, a 3-point lead in a game that they have been pretty much dominated in. We'll see. There's still plenty of time left in this one. So we shall see. We shall see. Plenty of time in this one for DC to turn it around, but not been a great showing so far. We will see. All right, just coming back from a commercial break for the start of the second quarter. Tomorrow at noon, the Roughnecks are at the Renegades. I will be live for that one. And then at 6:30 p.m., the Brahmas are at St. Louis for the battle against the Battlehawks. I'll be live for that one as well. That game should be pretty damn good. As it's 4th and 6. Memphis, yeah. DC going to send this one down. All right, the punt comes off clean. And is going to bounce and be returned for inside the 25 and down to the 29. About a 4 or 5 yard return. And there's the notification I've been dreading this offseason. I just got. Teron Armstead is officially retired. It was expected, but still, it sucks. There's a penalty during the punt going to be holding on Memphis. 10 yards from the end of the kick. Memphis will be getting from inside their own 20 at the 19. Be it Teron Armstead officially retires from the NFL. Patrick Paul is going to have to step up now at the left tackle position. Going to be a very interesting season for Miami. All right, so Perry and shotgun looking to throw in 1st and 10. Wide open over the middle is Jonathan Adams. And that's going to be a 1st down and more, a gain of about 13. All right, Perry and shotgun back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Going to hand this off to Prince. Left side has room. Breaks 1 tackle. 1st down and more and gets laid out along the sideline, but not before picking up about 15. All right, 1st and 10. Perry and shotgun back to his right. And going to hand this off left side for Eric Prince. Breaks a tackle inside past midfield and out of bounds to the 49. But there's a penalty on the play. They might be bringing this one back. And yeah, they're going to call holding on Memphis here. Calling that on number 10. I don't have a number 10 on this roster sheet. I'm pretty sure it's actually on D. Anderson number 4, as I heard them say before the official announcement. Either way, it's a holding on Memphis. So Perry and shotgun back to his right, 1st and 15 now. And going to keep it himself right side on a read option. Makes one man miss and going to get out of bounds at the 45. They get 7 on that play. And Perry afterwards still holding on that left side. That left hip / adamant. That's a... But EJ Perry's been playing well tonight. This Memphis team as a whole has been. As it's 2nd and 10. Perry under center, back behind him. Going to play action. Now trying to do a screen over the middle. But that gets blown up. Jacob Kabodi on the reception. But a makeshift screen that goes nowhere. They faked it. They faked a halfback dive, faked an end around, and then tried a screen up the middle. As a loss of 5, DeAndre Baker on the tackle, and it's 3rd and 15 now. A big 3rd down for this DC defense. Play clock winding down, 5 seconds to go. You need to get the snap off. Perry and Shine, they're going to call their final timeout. 12 minutes to play in the half. They've already called all 3 timeouts. That is unfortunate. We can head to a commercial break as well. I mean, it sucks that John Arms is retiring right now. But it makes sense. Hell of a career, man. That's a Hall of Famer right there in Teron Armstead. All right, we'll see. Commercial break as Memphis called their 3rd and final timeout of the half already with 12 minutes to play. Just unfortunate, man. Teron Armstead's a Hall of Famer at left tackle. I don't care what anyone says. That man's a Hall of Famer. I wish we were able to do more with him in Miami. It's unfortunate. I'm pretty sure he has. Hope he has a Super Bowl ring. No, he doesn't even have a Super Bowl ring. I wish we would have been able to get him one. In that 2023 season. That 2023 season is probably one of the bigger what-if seasons in Dolphins history, and it sucks that that's the case. Oh, even last season's won something like that. Oh well. So that commercial break, about 12 minutes. Okay, just coming back from commercial break, actually. About 12 minutes to play in the first half. A 3rd and 15 for Memphis. Perry and shotgun back to his right. Again, Memphis has been dominant in this game. 2 receiving options to each side. Perry looking to throw. Has time. Pass right side in the flat is caught, but brought down out of bounds for a loss of about 5 once again. Jacob Cabody on the reception. And this DC defense makes a big time series of plays there, as it's a 4th and long. We'll see. All right, the punt comes off clean. Going to be returned beginning from about the 16. And has room to run down that right side for Chris Rowland. Going to get up to about the 27, 28. Matt Mengel, a great punt there, but a good return by Chris Rowland. All right, Tiamu under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Hand off to Abram Smith, left side. That's going to go nowhere with that. Maybe he gains a yard. This Memphis defense, man, been an insane improvement from last year, but they completely overhauled this defensive unit from last year to this year. All right, so 2nd and 8 now for DC. Tiamu and shotgun back to his right. And going to hand this off to Abram Smith, left side. He's going to go nowhere with that. Up to the 30. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. A 3rd and 8 coming up. Maybe 3rd and 7-ish. I mentioned during power rankings, and even like I mentioned during one of the games last week, but I mentioned how Memphis had a foundation in place. And they're showing it today. They're playing really well. 3rd and 7, Tiamu and shotgun. You didn't get a free play here, I believe. Pass left side is going to be caught by Ty Scott. Going up with that one. A great contested grab to pick up the 1st down. I believe this was a free play for DC, so the penalty is going to be declined. Great grab from Ty Scott up to the 43-yard line. As it's now 1st and 10. Tiamu under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. In a motion at tight end from the left to the right. As Tiamu is going to hand this off up the middle for Abram Smith. Going to get past the 45 to the 46. What's up, man? Yeah, DC is... I mean, DC's defense is playing well. That was expected, however. The offense, I mean, I like that they're really trying to hone into the ground game, but it just has not been working. I think I would like to see Tiamu throw the ball a bit more. Yeah, the offense. Tiamu to throw. Has the man wide open left side. And it's dropped. That's a touchdown, man. Wide ass open. Through the hands off the helmet. Jaden Mickens just dropped a touchdown. Alright, 3rd and 7 now. You gotta have that next time though. Tiamu in shotgun back to his left, looking to throw in 3rd and 7. Pressure come, gonna roll to his right and keep it himself. And that's a 1st down run for Jordan Teamu. No, that was Jaden Mickens who dropped that one. Unusual for him to drop it, as he made a great diving catch last week. But is it one of those cases where like you see the ball coming in and you know you're wide open, so you focus more on running the rest of the way than catching it for a split second, and then you lose sight of the ball. It sucks. Play action, Tiamu to throw. Pass up right side. That's caught inside the 30. Down to the 29, maybe 28 for Chris Rowland. Yeah, the play action finally showing up a bit here. With a wide open space there for Tiamu. Alright, good offensive drive here so far for DC. Tiamu in shotgun, back to his right. 1st and 10, 7:45 to play in the half. Tiamu going to hand this off up the middle for Deion Jackson. Going to get inside the 15 to the 14 there. Yeah, and again, your defense is played well enough to where you're fine still. And this offensive drive is really good. I mean, inside 25 to the 14. Now, what was I looking at? So, like, yeah, DC's so fine in this. Tiamu looking to throw once again. Has time. Pass over the middle. It's caught for a 1st down and more. Gets inside the 20 to about the 16. And a late flag there for a horse collar, I believe. That's really more on the reception. A great throw from Tiamu over the middle. And we might be adding on to this. There's face mask on Memphis. And the ball will be placed to the 2-yard line. Yeah, face masks. That's clear face mask. That's called an Penny Adewusi. It would be real nice for Abram Smith to find the end zone here. Ball on the 2-yard line. And yeah, I saw that UF advance to the Natty. It would be nice to we're seeing the backup Mike DeLello in, as he's going to keep it himself but lose 3. Gets upended behind the line there. And that's Eli Walker from the safety position. A free rush here to lose yards. And Deion Jackson missed that block. And Tiamu back in now. Tiamu under center, back behind him. And going to play action, look to throw. Tiamu with time. Going to keep it himself, jumping over. And touchdown, DC. Jordan Teamu, a little bit of Jordan Teamu, some Superman action there. As DC takes the lead with just under 6 minutes to play in the half. Oh yeah, the UFL has, I wouldn't say it's been great so far. Like, fully admit, week 1 had a lot of blowouts. DC gets ball to begin the second half. But like, yeah, it's just more football in the spring. And like, last night's game was pretty good. So far, this one has been interesting. But that was a great drive from DC as Jordan Teamu, man. Using his legs and going airborne. They're going to review this here? Oh no, they're saying he was down at the half-yard line, actually. So 3rd and goal, Teamu back under center. Trying to hand off up the middle. And that gets blown up back to the 5. TJ Hall. And it's 4th and goal. And Dean Blandino called in from the command center saying that he was actually out of bounds. Because it's a case where if the ball goes fully out of bounds, then it's out of bounds there. So I guess that's what they're saying. I'm curious if they're gonna talk to Blandino here soon about why that was marked short. As out comes Matt McCrane to tie this game up at 3. 22-yard kick, ball is centered, it is up and good. All right, still get points off that drive, but I need to hear Blandino talk about that spot. But that's still a great drive for great drive for DC nonetheless. 4.5 to play. I need to hear what Blandino says about that before, like I say, Rob. I do wish Yamu found the end zone there though. All right, we're gonna head to a commercial break before DC sends this one down again. Please, that's 17 magic. Okay. I'm so not surprised that the Hawks, Bulls, and Heat are playing teams again. Those are the 3 constants in the Eastern Conference. I need to see it, but I definitely need to hear Blandino talk about that spot of the ball. Because clearly he saw something that was being looked at while DC was celebrating there. But that was definitely the drive that DC needed, though, nonetheless. That was a 12, 13 play drive. Goes about 70. It goes about 72-ish yards and ties the game. Oh, look at that! That's a drive that they've needed after how the first quarter went. And like, there's a very real possibility DC gets the ball back and can take the lead before halftime. We'll see. Oh yeah. There's knee downs. It's just you don't see it typically because there's a you don't. I mean, we saw it when we saw it yesterday. You don't see it as much as it is more likely that the team down will have ball last, or at least have ball, or at least have ball last. Because because of the 4th and 12 instead of onside kicks. But yeah, knee downs still happen. Part of me, I don't know how long I can make the video, really, like what a story I can tell behind a video about the history of the victory formation. But part of me has been wanting to make that video for a while. Because it is an interesting, there is an interesting tale but behind that play and why it became more acceptable over the years. Because for the first 40 years of the NFL, it was frowned upon to knee down and just take your win. As we're just coming back from commercial break and they're showing the beer snake. For it being almost halftime, it is not that far yet. Yeah, that's not a very long beer snake tonight. I'm kind of disappointed in DC. They might start from the 20 here. All right, what's the spot of the ball here? I think that bounce in the landing zone, then out of bounds, or then then into the end zone. And yeah, ball at the 20 for Memphis. Perry and shotgun back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. As Perry looks to throw, has some time, pass over the middle, that's caught by D. Anderson for a gain of about 10. The first miracle at the Meadowlands is a fantastic story of cause and effect in NFL history and the butterfly effect. Pass right side on 2nd and 1, actually. Going to be behind and incomplete. Looking for D. Anderson once again. DeAndre Baker in coverage. And the pass was behind Anderson. Like, the first miracle at the Meadowlands deserves a video at some point. Because there's so much that goes into play and into that game. And also so much has come from it. The biggest being that's what started the acceptance of the knee down. Perry understanding going to hand this off up the middle, and he's stuffed. Did he get the yard needed in the second effort, though? I don't think he did. We'll see what the spot says, but this might be 4th and inches coming up. Jacob Cabody on the carry. We'll see. Oh yeah, the Miami Miracle was fantastic. And yeah, it's going to be 4th and inches. And out comes the punting unit. A 3 and out forced by this DC defense. It's a 3 and out forced. And with 3 minutes to play in the half, DC gets the ball back. What was another? Miracle at the Meadowlands 2 also has some good story, as it also has a good history behind it. Nah, they're backed up inside their own 30. They're going to send this one down. Punt comes off clean. And it's going to be returned from the 25. Breaks 1 tackle instantly. And a good block gets him to the 28. And there's now a pay down. Might be a blindside block. I mean, yeah, it's just a smart decision to punt. It's just a smart decision. Because, I mean, like, we've seen fakes before in the UFL. We saw, I mean, one of the bigs from week 1 last year was a fake. But they're going to call unnecessary roughness. Yeah, unnecessary roughness on DC, calling it on Kelvin Joseph. And yeah, they're going to call that a crackback block. Which, yeah, that's, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a great block, but that's definitely not. It's a great block, but definitely not a block. Oh, that's a great hit, though. I can't be mad. That is a great hit. All right, 2.5 to play in the half. Teamu under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left side. Ball now on their own 13. A handoff to Abram Smith. Going to stiff arm 1 defender. And going to fight his way to the 15-yard line. A gain of 2. And that might bring us to the 2-minute warning. We'll see. Clock continues to tick. 2:15, 2:14, 2:13. As it's 2nd and 8. And Teamu and shotgun back to his left. We're going to head to the 2-minute warning here. Yep, 2-minute warning. All tied up at 3. 2 minutes to play in the first half. DC with the ball. And they get ball to begin the second half. So they are pretty in this one after a very rough quarter and a half. It was a very rough quarter and a half for DC to begin this game, but this score has definitely been better. Yeah, a score here will go a long way. Matt McCrane does have a leg on him, so he can hit from distance. I don't fully remember what his career long is. What did he hit last year? I'm not gonna get anything, am I? Oh, here we go. 58 is his long, it seems, from last year. So he can hit from distance. The question is just, can this DC offense get into position for it? Well, this has been such an insane retirement class. This year. In 2030, man, the first ballots for the Hall of Fame is going to be crazy. I mean, Julio Jones should be first. Julio Jones should be first ballot in 2030. Zach Martin, there's an argument for it. Teron Armstead, there's an argument for first ballot, but I can see him being second, third. Brandon Graham is a Hall of Famer. Jason Peters is a Hall of Famer. Mason Crosby should at least get some consideration for the Hall of Fame at this point. He signed to the Lions practice squad last year. He was with the Lions practice squad for like a month, but then Jake Bates just won out that job basically, which makes sense. Like he had a shot. It's just he signed with the Lions for some reason. If he signed elsewhere though last year, for the pod, he definitely finds somewhere if he signs anyone besides the Lions. As we're still at commercial break for the 2-minute warning. All right, just coming back from the commercial break again. Still can't believe Teron Armstead retired tonight. All right, just coming back from commercial break. Yeah, with 2 minutes, looking to get points before the half here. All 3 timeouts. They can work the full field. Tiamu shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. 2nd and 8 from their own 15. Tiamu back to throw. Quick pass right side. It's going to be caught by Ty Scott to the 21-yard line. Going to make it a much more manageable 3rd down here as they're going up tempo. It's a 3rd and 1. Tiamu and shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side looking to throw. Pass left side and incomplete. He had him. Oh, underthrown. Looking for Cornell Powell. That's a touchdown. Leads him. That's for Chris Rowland. That's a touchdown if he hits him in stride. He short-armed it. It's still a great dive-in play by Kyrie Woods. He placed it short. That's a touchdown, man. Dude, that's twice tonight. As Memphis will get the ball back with about just under a minute and a half to play. Now there's a penalty down. Yeah, gonna be a delay of game on DC or false start. Then you gonna hear the call. Yeah. All right, the punt comes off clean. Going to be returned beginning from about the 41. It's muffed. It's muffed, and DC falls on it. Back-to-back nights, we have a muffed punt that changes the trajectory of the game. Isaiah Henney muffs the punt, and DC falls on it. That's one way to move the ball downfield. The second turnover of the night. Last night, Devin Ross muffed a punt that lost the game for Michigan. And then tonight, Isaiah Henney muffs a punt and puts DC about a first down away from field goal range. Yeah, that's not a bad bet. Te'amu in shotgun back to his right. Three receivers to the left. Te'amu gonna pump fake. Now throwing deep. Left side has the man. Te'amu! Cornell Powell wide open on the left side. He places it too far outside. Te'amu. Te'amu. Oh, it's not a touchdown, but oh man. Te'amu in shotgun back to his right. Play action looking to throw. Pressure coming. Te'amu still looking. Pass right side is too high and incomplete. Looking for Ty Scott. That's now 3rd and 10. You need at least 5. You need to get at least 5 here. You need to get at least 5 here. Te'amu with shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. A minute 12 to play in the half. Te'amu looking to throw once again. Has time. Pass right side. That's caught over the middle. Ty Scott down to the 20. Ty Scott down to the 20. A strike from Jordan Te'amu. And it's 1st and 10. Just under a minute to play. Te'amu with shotgun back to his right. The clock's ticking here. 2 receivers to each side. Te'amu to throw. Has time. Pass over the middle. Is caught by Chris Rowland. That's a gain of 4. Call timeout. There we go. First timeout called. Shannon Harris, man. Again, a lot of respect goes to Shannon Harris. That's a that 3rd down throw is beautiful from Te'amu. It is beautiful. Just needs more consistency in his throws. He just needs more consistency in his throws. I love that quote from Shannon Harris. I love that quote from Shannon Harris. Helmet to helmet is helmet to helmet. 1 + 1 is 2. There is so many coaches who have probably said that exact same thing to a ref. That is a fantastic quote. Blandino was saying it was shoulder to head and that's a legal hit. I love that quote. Te'amu with shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left on 2nd and 6. Looking to throw once again. Pressure coming, trying to escape to his left and unable to. Sacked back near the 26. Can't take that sack there. You cannot take that sack there. Yeah, no one's really open, though. DC calls their second timeout. Yeah, Tiamu was down before that ball came loose. Man. Boogie Roberts, man. Great play there for him. Boogie Roberts, another great quote just said on the broadcast, according to the broadcast. 1 week I want to be in the WWE, the next I want to be cooking with Martha Stewart. Respect. As it's 3rd and 14, they're saying ball on the 24-yard line. Tiamu and shotgun back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. 28 seconds to play in the half. Tiamu to throw. Has time, pass left side, that's caught and going to be brought down at the 12. That's Tice got into reception. Not enough for the first down, though. And they're going to let this clock run before calling their final timeout. It's 4th and 2. They're going to let this clock run before kicking the field goal. And timeout called by DC with 2 seconds to play. Matt McCrane taking the field to give DC the lead entering the half. And DC gets ball to begin the second half, so they can have a lead here. But the offense just hasn't been it tonight. The offense just hasn't been it tonight for DC. All right, a 30-yard kick from Matt McCrane to make it a 3-point lead for DC entering the half. Ball is on the left hash. The kick from McCrane is up, and it is right down the middle. DC has the lead entering halftime. All right. That's something there. A much better second quarter than first quarter for DC, but still, only a 3-point lead after 1 half of play. Not what I was expecting. Was not expecting this at all. Again, DC gets ball to begin the second half, and they've been in firm control of this game. No. They were in firm control of the second quarter. Memphis was in firm control of the first quarter. But second half, going to be really interesting from DC. As I'm heading to a commercial break. All right. Commercial break. I'm going to go make another drink. All right. Commercial break as we just entered halftime. This has definitely been an interesting one from DC. Not what I was expecting at all. But here we are. Got 30 minutes left. DC gets ball in the second half. And a chance to really start the process of blowing this game open. But we shall see. We shall see. Keep an eye on the fucking Toronto game tonight. We need. Yeah, cool. I think the Panthers about to clinch a playoff spot. That's nice, at least. Yep, commercial break still for halftime. We're gonna get. Yeah, pretty interesting 1 through 1/2 so far. Jay Sturdenberger is talking shit on DC right now on Twitter. Yep, we're still at halftime. We have 30 minutes to play in this one. Yeah, the halftime right now is talking about the beer snake still. Yep, we're at halftime. Yeah, that DC Seattle game from the XFL days was crazy. Fucking lemons thrown onto the field and shit. The second half is needed from both sides, from both offenses. Yep, we're still at halftime. Get back to the commercial break. Still at halftime, waiting for the second half kickoff to begin, and the rest of this game to continue. We shall see. Yeah, we're at halftime commercial breaks. We wait for the start of the second half. And what has been a very, very defensive focused game in this one. But an entertaining defensive game. Kind of. We shall see DC gets ball to begin the second half up by 3. And if they're able to score on this drive, they put themselves in a really good spot, all things considered. Yeah, we shall see. Still at commercials. They were still going through commercials, waiting for the start of the second half. It is a 6-3 game. DC gets ball to begin this second half, and defensive focus all about. And yep, the Florida Panthers have clinched the Stanley Cup playoffs. Yeah, they're interviewing DC Defenders offensive coordinator George Case here before the start of the half. As the second half kickoff by Matt Coughlin. On the way here shortly. And there's the second half kickoff. It's a squib kick that's going to land short of the landing zone. DC will start from midfield, I believe. That's a rough way to start this half for Memphis. Yeah, again, what was a dominating first quarter for Memphis turned into a really balanced first half, and in total from both sides. We'll see. As Jordan Teamu takes the field. So Teamu in shotgun, back to his right. Two receiving options to each side. Going to begin this drive with a handoff to Deion Jackson up the middle, and that's going to gain about 7 to the 47. So Teamu in shotgun once again, back to his right, going up tempo. And they're going to hand this off to Deion Jackson once again on 2nd and 3, and he's going to gain about 2. Zeke Vanderberg on the tackle there. As this 3rd and short, keeping this up tempo going. Teamu giving it to Jackson once again left side. He's going to fight his way for a gain of 2. And a first down for DC just past midfield to the 49. Okay. And then they could still go in this up tempo. I love it for DC to start this. Teamu shotgun to give it to Jackson once again left side. And he's going to fight his way for about 7, maybe 6. Down to about the 43. So four straight handoffs, all for positive yards, and this up tempo. I really like what we're seeing from DC here. And Teamu in shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the right as well. Teamu play action looking to throw. Has time, pass deep over the middle and incomplete. Just overthrows Ty Scott, who was open, had a step, and it's 3rd and 4 coming up. And Teamu in shotgun back to his left, 3 receivers to the right for 3rd and 4. Looking to throw once again, quick pass left side, caught by Abram Smith, and room to run for a first down and more. Inside the 30 and down to about the 28, maybe 27. And they keep these chains moving. All right. That's exactly the type of throw that can get Teamu back into rhythm, Ben. So Teamu in shotgun, pressure coming off the left, gets picked up, deep throw, right side for the end zone. Is that picked off? They're going to say picked off at the 1-yard line by Lance Boykin. No, looking for Cornell Powell. There's hand fighting there. Powell. No, his foot's out. His foot's out. That's his foot's out there. That right foot is out. His right foot's on the chalk. Cornell Powell threw his hands and tips it into the air. And Lance Boykins just barely is is out of bounds, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. So it's second down from the 28. All right, second and 10 now for DC. Yamu and shotgun back to his right and going to play action. Quick throw left side, and it's dropped. Incomplete. Looking for Javon Antonio. And it's third and 10. A lot of drops, a lot of bad passes. There's a very rough day for this passing offense from DC. Yet the ground game is working well, and they're not really sticking with it as consistently as I would want them to. Yamu and shotgun back to his right. Two receivers to each side, looking to throw once again on third and 10. Pump faking, pass over the middle is short-armed and incomplete. Pocket collapse, tried to hit the check down, but couldn't get it out there cleanly. All right, and out comes Matt McCrane to make it a 6-point game. To a 46-yard kick from the left hash. It is up, and it is good. DC extends their lead to 6. 9-3, 11 minutes to play in the third. As we head to a commercial break as well. We have a commercial break. A pretty solid opening drive of the half for DC. They need to keep it on the ground though. You get to first and 10 and you instantly start airing it out inside the 30. Like, no, keep it on the ground. Stick to what was working on that drive. I don't get the shut and shift. We'll see. We shall see. Memphis' opening drive. Memphis' offense has their first drive of the half coming up, and this could they could take the lead right here and set themselves up well. I think as long as they respond and get points on this drive, they're sitting fine. But I do still really like how their defense is playing. Like, it's just if their offense is the thing that's missing in this one so far. And it's not by much either. Like, the opening drive of the game should have been points. We'll see. So we're at commercial break after DC's opening drive of the half resulted in a field goal to make it a 9-3 game. All right, just coming back for a commercial break. Yeah, I saw that. Hey, it's a chance to defend it. The Panthers are playing right now at the point where they're just waiting for the playoffs to start. Because like Kachuk is expected to be back by playoffs, Kulikov's going to be back in by playoffs, Barkov should be back in the next week or so. Like they're doing so many injuries. It's just a mindset of get us to playoffs and we'll be fine once everyone's back. All right, DC sends this one down. Will be returned from inside the 5. That's Kwame Lassiter up past the 25 and down to about the 30, maybe 31. We're gonna rule it at the 30. As Memphis' offense will see the field for the first time in the second half. I mean, I think both backs are looking good tonight. It is against Memphis, so it's hard to tell as Perry's going to hand this off right side for Cabody, and that's a gain of about 4. I think both backs are playing fine. They just need to stick with it. They just need to stick with the ground. Like, again, like you get inside the 30 there, and it's 1st and 10, and you air it out 3 times when a ground game was working that drive. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, like there's 15 carries on a day for DC. This should be 20 by now. Perry under center going to hand off to Combodi once again up the middle, and that's a gain of about 2. Or for Memphis. Perry and shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right, and a motion one of them to the left side. My motion in back. Perry to throw. Pass right side. And it's Jonathan Adams that's caught for 4.5. Will move the chains and keep the drive going. I dependent on when that series is and if that ends or when that series ends, I want to go to a game in South Florida for that series. Perry on 1st and 10, gonna look to throw, trying to make some move, but dancing in the pocket, gonna throw right side, and that's wide open. A lot more. Jonathan Adams inside the 20, out of bounds to the 17, but they might call an illegal forward pass on EJ Perry. And yeah, illegal forward pass is the call. So a great play from Memphis. Gonna get called back, a 5-yard penalty. It'll be 2nd and 15. Unfortunate. Yeah, I do want to go to another Panther playoff game because the Eastern Conference Finals game 6, that was so much fun to go to last year. I'm hoping that the Panthers can make another run this year, but it's gonna take a lot for them. Oh, Blandino from the command center. They're saying to pick up the flag. It's a legal forward pass. And it's 1st and 10 inside the 20 for Memphis. The 41-yard line. Yeah, that right foot is on the 41-yard line. That's a legal forward pass. You're actually 20. A great play for Memphis. So Perry, EJ Perry in shotgun, back to his left. As Perry is going to hand this off to Jacob Cabody up the middle and going to gain about 4-ish. 3, maybe 4. Yeah, so 2nd and 7 coming up. Dean Blandino. Hell yeah, man. All right, so Perry under center back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Going to give it to Cambodia again up the middle, and he's going to up to the 15. So a 3rd and 5 coming up for Memphis. If they can punch this in on this drive, and at the very least tie this game, Memphis is sitting real pretty. 7.5 to play in the quarter. Shotgun back to his right. Looking to throw. Has time. Pass left side is off the mark. Incomplete. Too far outside for D. Anderson. It's 4th and 5. Yeah, that's not great space in there. Hill ball throwing as well. All right. Out comes the field goal unit. Matt Coughlin. You make this a 3-point game once again. It's a 33-yard kick from the right hash. Kick is up, and it is right down the middle. It's a 3-point game. 6:43 to play. As a commercial break. Both teams trade field goals to begin the second half, and we have ourselves, again, a little bit of a defensive slugfest in this one, but it's an entertaining defensive slugfest. As we head to commercial break, I will quickly be right back. All right, still at commercial break as we await DC's second drive of the half. We'll see. Again, both teams are playing a style tonight that doesn't jump out the page, but like, it's effective for what they wanted, for what they're playing, for at least defensively. What they're still like to see more from both offenses, but it's certainly been something. All right, just coming back from commercial break. 6:43 to play in the third. As we wait for Memphis to send this one down. All right, kickoff underway, and this is also short of the landing zone. They'll start from the 40. What is off to begin this half? DC's has so many chances to get touchdowns in. Tiami with shotgun, back to his right, 3 receivers to the left. Tiamu looking to throw. Pass time, pass deep, right side is off the mark, incomplete. Looking for Ben Bresnahan and just the blanketed coverage there from Lance Boykin. Yeah, that's not a good throw from Tiamu. He has been off the mark today. So Tiamu with shotgun back to his left, 2 receivers to each side, 2nd and 10. Making some adjustments at the line, but play clock winding down. 3, 2. They get the snap off. Tiamu looks to throw. Pressure coming. Pass left side is short-armed and caught for no gain. Jaden Mickens. This is 3rd and 10. All right, so 3rd and 10. Tiamu and shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the right as well. Tiamu play action looking to throw. Pressure coming. Pass right side is off the mark. Incomplete. Cornell Powell, the intended target. Pass was high and outside. Lance Boykin in coverage once again. That's a 3 and out for DC. Oh, Tiamu is off the mark tonight. Like, yeah, you've gotten so close on deep shots. You need to throw stuff underneath and make things easy for Tiamu. Do a read option, do a screen, and do something to just get Tiamu in control of this game again. As the punt comes off clean, going to be returned beginning from inside the 15, and Henny gets up to about the 19. As Memphis' offense will see the field for the second time in the 4:46 to play in the third quarter. As Perry is shotgun, going to hand this off to Deneric Prince right side on 1st and 10. And the second effort is going to gain 2 yards on the play. Right, Memphis has a great opportunity here. As yeah, we haven't yet seen Troy Williams. As Perry going to hand this off to Deneric Prince on the right side once again, and going to get to about the 25-yard line. Because there's a penalty. It's offensive holding. They push him back. So 2nd and 18 now for Memphis. Harry and shotgun back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Harry, pressure coming. Pass right side, caught in the... No, he dropped in the flat. Looking for Jacob Cabote. He bobbled it, then got upended. 3rd and 18 coming up. So 3rd and 18. Perry and shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Ball on their own 10-yard line. As Perry looks to throw. Pass time. Pass left side is caught short. And going to get to the 14. Jonathan Adams on the reception. And the holding call killed this drive. That's a 3 and out for Memphis. And they're going to be punting backed up in their own territory. When do we see Troy Williams? If we even see him tonight. I mean, the plan seemed to have been at one point to play both quarterbacks. As it's 4th and 14. Matt Mangle on to punt this one down. Comes off clean. And it's a bad punt out of bounds near the 46. The plus 46. You might say inside the plus 45. As Tiamu 9 for 22 on the night. Not playing well. Tiamu and the sideline reporter was at midfield. Tiamu and shotgun back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. Ball in the plus 43. Hand off to Abram Smith up the middle. Has some room. And breaking tackle is going to be a gain of about 9 on the play. Keep it on the ground, man. Tiamu shotgun back to his right. Gonna give it to Smith once again on 2nd and 1. Has room up the middle down to about the plus 29. A first down for DC. Keep it on the ground, man. Tiamu and shotgun back to his left. And going to give it to Abram Smith once again up the middle. He's going to get to the 25-yard line. And there's a penalty down. And it's going to be too many men on Memphis. It seems. Yeah, too many men on the field for Memphis. So 5 yards and a first down. A minute and a half to play in the third. Tiamu and shotgun back to his right for 1st and 5. Tiamu is going to hand this off to Deion Jackson left side. And it's upended for a gain of about a yard. Eli Walker on the tackle there. Eli Walker been playing a pretty damn good game today. From the safety position, stepping up and making a great tackle there. As Eli Walker's heading to the sideline, maybe issue with the helmet, it seems, or something. So a 2nd and 4 for DC. Diamu and shotgun back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side for the 2nd and 4. Diamu going to look to throw. Pass left side. Going to be caught for a first down. That's Jaden Mickens on the reception. But what's the penalty? It seems like this is going to be illegal formation on DC. And yeah, illegal formation on DC. So it'll be 5 yards and a replay of 2nd down. So a 2nd and 9 coming up now. So Tayamu and shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the right as well. It is 2nd and 9 from the 28. Tayamu rolling to his right. Some naked bootleg looking to throw. Now going to just keep it himself, and he's out of bounds for a gain of roughly 5. 3rd down for DC. And they don't need to run one more play. There's 20 seconds left in the quarter. It is 3rd and 3, saying a gain of 6 on that previous play. Diamu and shotgun back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. You don't need to snap this ball. And they're not going to. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. 15 minutes to play. It is a 9-6 game. With a 3rd and 3 for DC when we get back from commercial break in this one. A defensive slugfest from DC on a Saturday night. We shall see. Commercial break for the end of the 3rd quarter. We shall see. 15 minutes to play. We're still at commercial break. Still at commercial break. All right, just coming back from the commercial break order. A big 3rd and 3 coming up for DC. It's 3rd and 3. Tayamu and shotgun. Back to first play of the 4th quarter. What you got, DC? Three receivers to the left as Tayamu looks to throw. Has time. Rolling to his right now to buy more. Still looking downfield. Throwing. End zone. And incomplete. Nearly an incredible one. Ty Scott. Instead is 4th down. Good defense from Memphis. And we're going to see Matt McCrane once again tonight. Yeah, it doesn't really have anyone. It would have been out of bounds anyway if Scott catches. Yeah, Scott's a little shaken up after that one on the sideline. Oh, and the Memphis player is down as well. Okay, jeez. Yeah, Matt McCrane taking the field now to make it a 6-point game once again. And it's a 40-yard kick for McCrane. It's a 40-yard kick from the right hash to make it a 6-point game. It is up, and he missed it wide left. First miss of the year for McCrane. I think he kicked out on the laces. No. EJ just pulled it. Unfortunate miss there. And Memphis has a chance. Didn't have to play in this one. All right, EJ Perry and shotgun. Back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. As Perry looks to throw. Has time. Pass left side back shoulder. And it's Jonathan Adams. What a grab. Back shoulder going up for it. Jonathan Adams, man. Holy. Did he stay in bounds there? That's an incredible catch. Yeah, he's in bounds there. What a grab from Jonathan Adams. And Memphis has ball past midfield at the plus 44.5 or 43.5. Again, has time, pass over the middle. That's caught by Adams once again. And once again, that's a first down. This one for a gain of 11. And that has put Memphis into field goal range as Adams is slow to get up, reaching for his hand. EJ Perry's doing a great job of not getting sacked. Like, unable to get home tonight, and they're going to need to at some point. Perry under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right, going to hand this off up the middle. And that's Jacob Kabobi. Room to run on the right side for Kabodi. And going to get inside the 20, maybe inside the 15. Jacob Kabodi. And Memphis on 3 plays have really taken advantage of that missed kick. Yeah, gets inside the 15 to it's 1st and 10. Gonna hand it off to him once again, and this time going to lose about 2, maybe 3. All right, 2nd and 12. It's a 2nd and 12 in a game that has been very Memphis favored despite the score. But now they have ball on the plus 16, looking to tie or potentially take the lead. Perry to throw. Pass over the middle. It's off the mark, incomplete. Looking for D. Anderson, but wasn't on the same page. And it's 3rd and 12. All right, 3rd and 12. Perry and shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Perry to throw. Rolling to his right to buy time. Taking it himself to 10 to 5. And touchdown Memphis. They find the end zone first. They take a 3-point lead pending the conversion attempt. And E.J. Perry, a 16-yard touchdown run. And Memphis is looking to shock the UFL this week. All right, what's the choice here? So Memphis is going to go for a 1-point try from the 2 to make it a 4-point game. Perry and shotgun back to his left, 3 receiving options to the right. Perry handoff up the middle, nowhere. Generic Prince stuffed at the line. It remains a 3-point game with 11:47 to play in the game. All right. Oh, Perry wanted to go for 2 there. But it went for 1. The Showboats up by 3. And we're going to head to a commercial break. DC needs to find the end zone at some point tonight. Can't settle for field goals constantly. Especially now that Memphis had a really good drive and found the end zone. All right, we shall see, though. We shall see. Still plenty of time left. We shall see. Yep, we're still at commercial break. 11:47 to play in this one. Memphis finds the end zone for the first time today from either side. You're going to need an offensive drive here from DC. We shall see. We still at commercial break. We shall see. All right, just coming back from commercial break, they're replaying that touchdown run from EJ Perry. All right, kickoff underway. This one's going to be returned, beginning from inside the 15-ish. Gets out to about the 23. As EJ Perry was just breaking down that touchdown run. And that was, some great thing to watch there. All right, just over 13,000 people in attendance tonight at DC. Oh, yeah. So Tiamu with shotgun, going to hand this off to Abram Smith up the middle. Maybe gets a yard. Yeah, gain of 1, so 2nd and 9. Yeah, so 2nd and 9 as there's a defender down after that play. Oh, is Abram Smith slow to get up? Hope Abram Smith's okay. He's able to get off the field under his own power, but all right, Tiamu and shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers on each side. 2nd and 9, looking to throw. Pass right side, that's caught for a first down and breaking tackles. And going to be brought down near the, the 22? And that's Ty Scott. He caught it past the first down backwards to a 3rd and 1. Or 3rd and 2, Tiamu and shotgun back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. And going to give it to Deion Jackson. Room to run right side. That's a first down to the 40. So 1st and 10, Tiamu under center, back behind him, 3 receivers to the left. Going to hand this off right side for Deion Jackson once again. Going to find a lane and pick up about 4. As there's a Memphis player now down after this one. That is Boogie Roberts down. It is going to be 2nd and 6. All right, so 2nd and 6 now. 10-12 to play. And 12 to play in the game. And yeah, Ken Whisenhunt, man. One hell of a coaching career in the NFL. All right, 2nd and 6. And so just clock stopped here. All right, so Tiamu and shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers on each side. Tiamu to throw. Has time. Pass over the middle. That's caught by Chris Rowland. Inside the 20, the 15, and down at the 11. What a dot by Jordan Tiamu, and Chris Rowland puts DC well inside the red zone. A dot over the middle. Whoa, what a dot. And yeah, good eye manipulation there from Tiamu. A 45-yard reception. Followed up by a handoff to Deion Jackson inside the 5 to the 3. Just under 9:20 to play in the 4th. Can DC finally find the end zone? Going up tempo to take advantage of the tired Memphis defense. Tiamu, handoff, Jackson up the middle. And gonna be met at the line for no gain. Third and 1. They can get the first down on the 2-yard line. So they don't need the end zone yet. But obviously, you might as well. Letting the clock run here a bit. 8.5 to play now. Play clock at 6 seconds. Tiamu and shotgun back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. And they get this. Oh, there's flag down. Imagine DC would have called the first time out there. Yeah, DC calls their first timeout to avoid the delay of game. With 8:25 to play. A 3rd and 1 from the 3-yard line for DC. Down by 3. All right, 3rd and 1. This has been a 7-play drive for DC. See if they can find the end zone for the first time today. Back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Tight end in motion left to right. Pass over the middle, wide open. Touchdown, DC. Ben Bresenhand and the defenders take the lead. 8:20 to play in the game. A beautiful play call. A play action to Deion Jackson over the middle. A play action to Deion Jackson up the middle. And then wide open over the middle. And now the conversion attempt. The 2-point try from the 5. Yamu and shotgun back to his right. 3 receiving options to the right as well. Yamu gonna toss to Roland right side. And now throw in for the end zone. That's caught by Cornell Powell. The defenders have a 5-point lead with 8:20 to play thanks to some trickery from DC. What a play call. A 5-point lead. Holy. That touchdown play was beautiful. And then the conversion attempt. Another great play. DC, man. They turned it on there. And we're going to head to a commercial break. 8:21 to play. Man, oh man. What a drive there for DC to take the lead. What a drive. And now let's see if their defense can step up. 8:21 to play in the game. One more defensive stand, and that might be enough to do it. We shall see. Yep, still at a commercial break. DC, man. Whew. DC's defense has been playing really, really well today. Much needed drive from this offense. It got them the lead. Halfway through the 4th. We'll see if they're able to finish this off. All right, just coming back from commercial break. 8:21 to play. What does this DC defense have? All right, Matt McCrane, we're ready to send this one down. This fourth quarter, both offenses able to turn it on. As kickoff is to be returned from the goal line, it's muffed. Picks it up and going to get it up to about the 20, maybe the 21 before being brought down. Great kick coverage there from DC. As E.J. Perry takes the field. E.J. Perry kept it simple as he gets interviewed heading to the field. All right, Perry and shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. 8:15 to play, ball on their own 21. Perry to throw. Pass over the middle, that's caught to the 25 by D. Anderson. A gain of 4, it's 2nd and 6. As the clock continues to tick. This is a big drive for Memphis. Perry and shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Ball on their own 25. Perry going to hand this off to Deneric Prince up the middle, going to get about half. To the 28-yard line, a 3rd and 3 coming up. Just under 7.5 to play. What you got? Perry and shotgun back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. Perry to throw. Quick pass over the middle is incomplete. Off the mark, looking for D. Anderson. And now there's a penalty flag down. DeAndre Baker in coverage. The penalty's in the backfield. Gonna say hands to the face. Gonna say hands to the face on DC, I believe. Hands to the face on DC. An automatic first down for Memphis. They call that on Joe Wallace. Unfortunate there for DC. You get the 3 and out. There's a bad penalty to take in this moment. Just under 7 minutes to play. Perry and shotgun back to his left. It's 1st and 10. 3 receivers to the right. Ball now on the 33-yard line. Going to keep it himself as he stiff arms DeAndre Baker and going to get upended for a loss of 3. A great stiff arm from Perry, but couldn't do much else with it. As clock continues to run, just under 3.5, 6:24, 6:23. I meant 6.5 and I said 3.5. 6:20, 6:19, 6:18, 6:17, and it's a 2nd and 12 for Memphis. Perry and shotgun back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. Play clock at 5 seconds. Need to get the snap off. 2, 1 to get the snap. Perry to throw. Quick pass. Right side back shoulder. D. Anderson. Incomplete. And there's the flag. Canucks Joseph on DPI. And going to be a first down for Memphis. 6 minutes to play in this one. Yeah, that's clear DPI. All right, so a 1st and 10 now for Memphis. First and 10. Perry and shotgun back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. 5:45 to play. Ball on the 46. Perry to throw. Quick airborne for that one. It makes it a 2nd and 5. Perry and shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. DC, everyone is on at the boxes. Memphis hands this off up the middle for about a yard. DC had everyone up, everyone pressed. Yeah, through 3 quarters, this was a very defensive focused game. This 4th quarter has seen 2 touchdowns. And DC having a 5-point lead. 3rd and 4. 4:35 to play in the game. Perry, shotgun, back to his left, 3 receivers to the right, looking to throw. Quick pass over the middle is caught for the first down. Jonathan Adams up to the 40-yard line. Very similar play to one they ran earlier in this one. Just a simple, quick slant over them. Yeah, that's the exact same play from one they ran on the opening drive behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Just under 4 minutes to play now. And he botched the snap! Oh, but there's a penalty as well. They called the play dead. DC recovered it. But they blew the play dead? False start on Memphis saved a disaster. And it's 1st down still for Memphis. A false start on a false start on everyone but the center. False start everyone but the center. Saved a disastrous scenario for Memphis. It's now 1st and 15. Memphis in shotgun. Perry in shotgun. Back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Perry looking to throw. Pressure coming. Escapes to his left. Now going to keep it himself and sliding down to about the 39-yard line. Picks up those 5 yards right back. And Perry slow to get up. He landed on that ab. On that left side. All right, 2nd and 8. Perry and shotgun back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. Perry to throw. Back shoulder pass left side. Did he get his feet in? And they're saying Jonathan Adams couldn't maintain his feet in bounds. That's a great grab. Just couldn't stay in bounds. Perry got the matchup he wanted. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's close. I don't think he got it, though. Blandino's going to take a look at this. Let's see. 1 foot there. Does he get the left foot? Or does he get a shin? No. Oh! I don't think the left foot touches. The right foot's in for sure. Does the left foot touch before? This could be a game-changing play. Oh, they're going to overturn this. Saying that Jonathan Adams, an incredible grab along the sideline. And it will be Memphis ball on the +22. Ball on the +22. Call is overturned. 2:40 to play in this game. And Memphis has ball inside the 25. 1 more play at minimum is needed before the 2-minute warning. Perry under center back behind him. And going to hand this off up the middle, and he's going to get to about the 20. That's Jacob Cabody on the carry. And that might bring us to the 2-minute warning. You have 2-minute warning. Heading to a commercial break. I hate that pretty much everything is closed now. I'm kind of hungry. Oh wait. Tempted, but nah. Yeah. Kinda in the mood for pizza close to midnight. Or at least not tonight, at least. It's definitely something I would. That's definitely something I would do. Commercial break, 2-minute warning. Memphis has ball close to the plus 20-yard line. Down by 5, needing a touchdown to take the lead. They have all 3 timeouts. This has been a fantastic game for this Memphis team. Like a fantastic game. I like how they're calling this place a chicken wing restaurant when that's 100% not what this place is. Not tonight. Okay, we're at commercial break for the 2-minute warning. Memphis has had a fantastic drive here trying to take the lead. It's a 2nd and 9, 2nd and 8 from close to the 20-yard line. They're in striking distance. All right, so like commercial break. All right, just coming back from commercial break. This has been a very entertaining 4th quarter. Two minutes to play. One hell of a game this ended up being. EJ Perry, on the opening drive of this game, had an interception in the red zone. Since then, been playing incredibly well, including a 16-yard rushing touchdown. Now he has a chance here chance here, 2nd and 8. Perry and shotgun back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side, looking to throw. Has time. Pass left side end zone, incomplete. Well overthrown, and looking for Kwame Lassiter, and it's a 3rd and 8 coming up. Taking a shot there. This is a big play here from Memphis. You want at least 4. Shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Play clock, winding down, need to get the snap off. And they are not going to. Memphis, I believe, called their first timeout just there. No, it's a delay of game. Oh no, it's a 3rd and 13. You can't be having that. The crowd noise, man. Oh, you can't be making that mistake. Just can't. As the crowd in Audi Field is getting loud. Perry and shotgun, back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. 3rd and 13. Perry to throw. Pass right side and off target. Miscommunication with his receiver, Kwame Lassiter. And it's 4th and 13. And out comes the field goal unit to make it a 2-point game. Memphis has all 3 timeouts. Kick is up and it's blocked. It is blocked. DC blocks the kick. Holy. With 1:47 to play. DC up by 5. Man, oh man. Devonsha Maxwell gets a hand on it. And DC is a first down away from basically winning this game. A massive play. What a play. All phases of football. To try and get to 2-0 on the season. Tiamu and shotgun. Abram Smith back in the game. Lined up to his left. Going to hand this off to Smith up the middle. Going to get about 3. And Memphis will call their first timeout. With a minute 40. It's a 2nd and 7. DC, man, a hell of a way to start this season if they can hang on to win this one. All right, Tiamu under center, back behind him. Here's a handoff to Abram Smith up the middle and going to get about 5, but there's a penalty on this play. And it's going to be it's going to be offsides on Memphis. Yeah, offsides on defense, on Memphis. 5 yards, replay, 2nd down. Oh, man. Oh, man, you can't make that mistake there. Tiamu under center, back behind him. 2nd and 2. A first down basically ends the game. Tiamu, handoff. Abram Smith up the middle. There's the first down. Past the 45 to the 48. Memphis calls their 2nd timeout with a minute and a half to play. All right, 1st and 10. 1 timeout remains for Memphis. A minute and a half to play. Memphis was in firm control of this game in the first quarter, but they just couldn't capitalize on things. DC, once again, a fantastic defensive performance with an offense that is leaving a lot to be desired. So much to be desired on offense this year. Like, if they can figure out the offense, they are a legit threat of a team with how well this defense has been playing. And, like, again, DC had so many chances in this one for touchdowns. a drop by Mickens when he was wide open. Tiamu missed Chris Rowland on a potential touchdown pass during the final 2 minutes of the first half. And then another barely missed right before the halftime to Cornell Powell. DC could have had two more touchdowns on this, as the ones to Rowland and Powell were on the same drive. Well, no, because there was a muff in between. So 3 touchdowns they could have had. Tiamu going to hand this off to Abram Smith, the right side. He's going to get back to the line for no gain. As now clock can continue to this one down, but they can just punt it in a way that kills the clock. There's a minute to play and 10 seconds on the play clock. 3rd and 8. Tiamu under center, back behind him. And going to hand this off for Abram Smith, left side. Trying to get towards the edge, unable to, but stays in bounds and gains 2. So one more play is going to be needed before the end of this game. There's 20 seconds on the play clock, 26 on the game clock. It is 4th and 6. A great 4th quarter that did this game getting very interesting at the end. DC will call their second timeout with 6 seconds. There's 1 play remains. Gonna be a punt here. Yeah, they're talking on the sideline, saying that, hey, just punt it to the moon, as high as possible, and try and get a hang time that's 4 seconds, 5 seconds. The distance do not matter here. Just punt it as high as you can. Seven seconds. They added 1 more second to the clock. Just punt this as high as you've ever punted something before. You're looking for a full time at minimum. That's what you want to get here. Ball on the plus 48. Punt comes off clean. And it's out of bounds. Flag it. There is a flag down. There's 1 second remaining. Punt lands. It will be Memphis ball from the 25. But what is the penalty? As yeah, there was 2 penalties on DC there. One would have been illegal formation. One would have been illegal man downfield. They're just saying do illegal formation. All right, so yeah, illegal formation. 1 second. Memphis has 1 second. Time for a little bit of lateral action. Ball is on the 30. It's time for some laterals. Time for some laterals. Final play of the game. DC's having everyone back. Or basically everyone. Perry and shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. And there's a pass to Adams, and here comes the laterals. Now to Lassiter. Now to Cabote. And he's now going to try and get it to an offensive lineman, but it's picked up by DC. And that will do it. The Defenders are 2-0 on the season, led by Shannon Harris, the interim head coach. So many props go to Shannon Harris, man. He is earning the potential head coaching job next season for DC, or even just a different head coaching job somewhere else. One hell of a game, and DC begins the season off exactly better than I think anyone could have expected them to, being 2-0 on the year. Tomorrow at noon, the Houston Roughnecks travel to Arlington to play the Renegades. I'll be live for that one. Then tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. EST, the home opener in St. Louis as the Brahmas take on the Battlehawks. That game should be electric. And the next time we'll see Memphis, they're going to look to bounce back at home against Houston next week on Saturday. And next time we'll see DC, they will be in St. Louis on Sunday. But that will be it for me for tonight. See you all tomorrow for 2 more games as we round out UFL Week 2. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you all next time.